What is going on, guys? Cody here. Drew is there. We're back with episode 78 of the Trainwreck Podcast. First thing I want to say, guys, thank you very much for the love on last week's episode. 89 views, one of our most viewed episodes in a while for the Trainwreck Podcast. I know exactly why we got that many views because I put some you-knows in the thumbnail. But hey, that's the name of the game. You got to do what you got to do to get clicks, and it works. So if you're here for the next episode, one, I got to find a way to put some boobs in the thumbnail. And two, we are going to talk about a lot of topics tonight. Obviously, Antonio Pierce got fired from the Las Vegas Raiders. We got a Raiders fan right here. He's going to react to that. We're also going to talk about Skip Bayless and the hot water he is in, and the hot water I wish I was sharing with Joy Taylor. And we'll also recap New Year's Eve if by the end of this episode I can remember some of those stories, as well as WWE's debut on Netflix. Drew, how are you doing today?
Doing all right. What about you?
I'm good. So I just got my car back last week. Water pump went out in it. And then I had a wiring issue with my driver's side headlight. That it'd been like that for months. I just never got it fixed because it's one good headlight.
Yeah.
And so when my water pump went out, I was like, well, I'm already going to have to shell out a lot of money. So I'm going to just have them fix this as well. So they fixed it. I had my car for a week, and now my right headlight was out when I left work last night. And so I was extremely pissed. It was the exact same issue, so I had to take it there this morning and get it fixed. And then I walked over to Lily's and got some bomb breakfast, dude. It was so good. And then I walked home, and my mom goes, "You are a special kind of autistic walking in this cold-ass weather."
Cody.
Real body?
Yeah.
Ah, damn it. Fuck Cox Internet with a fucking spiky dick. Why does all the internet around here have to suck, dude? AT&T sucks. Cox sucks. Cox sucks. I want to get Starlink so bad, but like the router for Starlink is like $600.
Damn.
Yeah, but I mean, it's owned by Elon Musk. It's got to be good, right?
Maybe.
I mean, hell, look at that Cybertruck. Somebody tried to blow one up at a you-know-whose tower, and that thing, it didn't damage the outside of that truck too bad.
Too bad, he says.
Hey, a normal car would be completely gone. That Cybertruck was still standing.
I'm still standing.
Hey, all I'm saying is that was great PR for Elon Musk, and I bet you that's not what that dude intended. He was like, fuck Trump and fuck Elon. I'm going to blow up one of his shitty Cybertrucks in front of Trump's tower, and it's going to go boom and all that. And then, no, instead it showed this thing can withstand a firework blast. Man, what a crazy-ass week this was. Crazy-ass start to the year. You had that dude blowing up the Cybertruck, and then you had that stuff in New Orleans with the dude driving down Bourbon Street and then getting in a shootout with the cops, and then you have Skip Bayless accused of sexual battery. We're 7 days into this year. What else is going to happen?
You coming out as a trans?
Well, it's about time that I... Never mind. I was going to reveal my mommy milkers.
Oh, that's one way to get tits on the fucking title.
Yeah, just put mine. I wonder if YouTube would flag that. Probably. Dude, like, oh, man, like, I was just thinking, like, damn, I, like, hope a hot girl does something this week so we can talk about it on the podcast. Justin Verlander's going to San Francisco. He's married to Kate Upton. There we go. Then Trevor's going to comment, you guys talked about fucking baseball. Hey, San Francisco Giants are doing better than his Vikings right now.
Man, speaking of that, they got their ass whooped.
Dude, me and him watched that game, and like it was fairly competitive till like towards the end of the third quarter. I just don't know what was up with the play calling. Like towards like every time they got down in the red zone, like inside the 10, instead of just running the ball with Aaron Jones, who's really fucking good, you know, they threw it like 7 out of 10 times, I think, and didn't score a touchdown. And Sam Darnold had a lot of bad overthrows. I mean, it was the worst game Sam Darnold's probably played this year. I know he had a pretty bad game against the Jets in London too, but I mean, I was expecting this game to be a lot closer than it was because of the game they played earlier this year. But yeah, Sam, he was 18 of 40 for 166 yards.
That's disgusting.
Yeah. I mean, they ran the ball 19 times for 120 yards, averaged 6.3 yards a carry. Like, they just did not run the ball enough, dude. Like, especially when they got down in the red zone.
It's like, you know, you're going against Detroit, and you have to play with your strengths. Because that's a very opportunistic defense, even though, like, they got like 40, 50 players on IR from defense, but still, they're stingy ass.
I mean, it don't matter because whoever gets hurt, they just replace them with somebody, and that person contributes, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, and then they got back Lanzalone, I think that's his name. He had a really good game. Zadarius Smith had a decent game. Like, their defense played a pretty good game. But the Vikings defense, I mean, they held in as long as they could. I mean, they got 2 interceptions. Harrison Smith caught a fucking arm punt from Jared Goff. That was a terrible throw by Goff. And then Ivan Pace Jr., he had a really good interception off a deflection that set Minnesota up in the red zone, and they couldn't capitalize on it.
Yeah.
So, dude, it was just... the Vikings this week, I think they faced the Rams in the wild card round, which... That's the thing. The Vikings lost 3 games this year. 2 of them to the Lions, 1 of them to the Rams. So that is going to be a very interesting matchup. I have faith that the Vikings will win it, and then they would probably face either the Lions again or maybe the Buccaneers in the second round, depending on, you know, who wins all these games.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there is a possibility that the Vikings could host a game next week. So I know you said you wanted to lead off the show with Skip Bayless. Do you want to go ahead and hop into that, or you want to talk about the playoffs?
And so it's already talking about the playoffs. Might as well go start with the playoffs.
Okay. So I'm going to share the bracket right here. There's not really much to recap with Week 18. A lot of the games were meaningless. We'll talk about the coaches that got fired after this. So the Lions and Chiefs obviously have byes because they're the number 1 seeds. Chiefs are going to the Super Bowl. Texans versus Chargers. Chargers are going to beat the living fuck out of the Texans because the Texans are god-awful.
They don't belong in the playoffs. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like, they basically got it because, the Titans and Jags were complete dog shit, and then the Colts were just dysfunctional. The Texans won that division by default. And I think Justin Herbert paired with Jim, like, the Chargers, I think, could be a dark horse to get to the AFC Championship. Especially with how good of a coach Jim Harbaugh is. Like, they do have a tough road because, you know, you got the Bills, you got the Ravens, like, you got good teams like that. But they got a cakewalk this week because, like I said, the Texans are dog shit.
Yeah, he's a lot more experienced than the Texans head coach. I forgot his name.
DeMeco Ryans.
Yeah, DeMeco Ryans.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, he took the 49ers to the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm. And 3 straight NFC championships.
Exactly. I don't see the Texans winning. They're one and done. They're one and done. And it all started when they traded for Stephon Diggs. That's when the downfall started.
I mean, that was before the season. I mean, they started.
That's what I'm saying. It's like that's when the downfall of the Texans. Because they play a lot more better when they have like 11-man crew on their offense.
Like last year?
Yeah.
I mean, they started out good this year, but I think once it got to like November, December time, that's when they started to fucking suck because they had a good record, like, through like October,
Yeah.
and then, I mean, because what are they right now? They finished 10-7. After week 6, they were 6-1.
Yeah, I was watching something like, CJ Stroud threw 33 more times than last year. So they're passing more than they're running than last year. And that's what's really fucking them over.
Yeah.
Even though they have fucking Joe Mixon, like he's a decent running back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're going to be one and done, and then you also got the Ravens versus the Steelers. Ravens are favored by 9.5. The Ravens will probably win, but these games between these two are always fucking unpredictable.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the Steelers have lost 4 straight. I also think that's what's playing into the line that the Steelers
And Russell
have lost.
Wilson's been kind of trash here lately.
Yeah, he's starting to look like Denver Russell Wilson.
Mr. Unlimited.
Yeah, Mr. fucking has a vagina. I don't want the Ravens to win. I think it would be fucking hilarious, actually, if they lost. I would laugh my ass off for a day, probably. So I would actually very much like it for the Ravens to lose. I just don't think they're gonna. But if the Steelers win, oh man, I'll be a pretty big Steelers fan. Only thing is, then they would face the Chiefs probably in the next round and get the living fuck beat out of them. So yeah, give me the Ravens, but go Steelers.
Give me the Ravens. They're good. Steelers going to get their ass whooped.
Bills versus Broncos. Bills.
I think this might be a good game.
I don't. I mean, Denver. I think, especially having a rookie quarterback starting his first playoff game. I mean, look at how they were the last 2 weeks when they could have clinched a playoff spot, and they only clinched a playoff spot this time because they didn't play against the Chiefs starters.
Yeah.
I mean, Denver basically got handed a playoff spot. Kansas City basically said to them, like, we don't give a fuck if you're in the playoffs. You're no threat to us. And hopefully they're probably like, yeah, hopefully you can take out one of the biggest threats to us, and then we can whoop your ass next round.
I mean, true, but you can't deny the fact that, Sean Payne with his playoff history and Bo Nick has been pretty good.
Yeah,
but he's going against fucking Josh Allen, the Bills, though.
Yeah, and it's in Buffalo. I mean, Denver's used to cold weather too, though. I mean, that's the thing. But I feel like Buffalo is determined to only lose by 1 point instead of 3 points to Kansas City this year. So yeah, I think the Bills will win, and then they would probably face like the Ravens next round. And you think I'm a Bills fan now? I'll be rooting hardcore for the fucking Bills if they face the Ravens next week.
Give me the Bills, but I feel like it'll be a respectable loss against the Broncos.
I think the Bills win by 14. I'll say like I say it's 34-20. Moving over to the
I'll probably say like 34-24.
Moving over to the NFC side of the bracket, you got the LA Rams.
Yeah.
Taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Vikings are favored by 1. It is in LA. Man, here's the thing, like, if I'm a team in the NFC, I just want to avoid being either the 4 or 5 seed because it's been 3 straight years now that the 4 and 5 seed matchup has been on Monday Night Football. So you get one less day to prepare for the divisional round. And I'm just like, fuck, dude, like, I would not want to play on that Monday night game. Like, I got to get like the 3 seed or hell, try to get the fucking 6 or 7 seed because I don't want to play on Monday night. I want as much time to prepare for the next game,
For real.
Yeah, so I feel bad for both these teams. Whoever wins, they're kind of getting fucked over. I think the Vikings will win. I mean, the Rams barely beat them last time. You had that face mask non-call.
Yeah, I remember being in the casino with Trevor.
Yeah,
That was the most pissed I ever seen that, man.
I thought he was going to throw his drink at the TV. It was fucking hilarious. I remember laughing my ass off, and I was like, "Damn, I probably shouldn't be laughing, but this is fucking funny."
You think it's gonna be a part 2?
Trevor, oh fuck, he works on Monday. I was gonna say, if you're listening to this, let's go to the casino on Monday. No, he probably doesn't want to watch a Vikings game with me again because the two Vikings games we've watched together this year, they've lost both of them.
In the most heartbreaking way.
Yeah. So he's probably like, stay away, you fucking bad luck charm. He'll probably like call me before the game. Your TV better not be on the game. And I'll be like, no, dude, I'm watching Monday Night Raw. But secretly I'll have it playing on my laptop. I think the Vikings win. The Vikings defense is really fucking good. And Matthew Stafford is a turnover machine. And their offense really hasn't like been that impressive the last couple weeks.
See, when the Rams offense gets going, they're like a watered down version of the Lions offense.
Yeah.
You know, with Pookie and Double D Cups and the Williams running back.
Yeah.
So when they get rolling, they're unstoppable.
The Vikings, if you get in the red zone, run the fucking ball.
Yeah, they pulled the Seahawks.
God.
You know what? I'm going with the Rams.
All right, so we're split down the middle on that one. Buccaneers, Commanders. This, I think, will be the best game. So these two played each other week 1. Jaden Daniels actually had a really good game that week 1 matchup, but that's when I was like, this dude might actually have something. But the Commanders defense laid an egg, you know. Commanders defense has improved greatly since then. Beginning of the season, their defense sucked, but it's gotten better. And Tampa, they've been squeaking these games out. Like, if they would have lost to the Saints, you would have had to fucking fire Todd Bowles. I mean, I guess it wouldn't have mattered because the Panthers beat the Falcons anyway in overtime. But if they would have lost that game and missed out on the playoffs, you fucking fire Todd Bowles because they had to win that game, and the Saints are a terrible team. And that kind of makes me want to pick the Commanders, but I'm not going to because I ain't doing that to my boy Baker Mayfield. But, dude, I definitely am going to be excited for this matchup because I think it's going to be really close.
You know, it's a good age to live when you see Baker Mayfield in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. One of the things
we're going with the Bucks.
Yeah. Only thing that kind of suck is then he would have playoff wins than Dak Prescott because they both have 2 right now. But yeah, I hope the Buccaneers win. This is a toss up to me. It's in Tampa. They're favored by 3, so that tells me Vegas is kind of down the middle on this game too, because the home team usually gets 3 points anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at this. I'm like, yeah, it's a pretty even lineup. And Jane Daniels and Terry McLaurin, they have more of a rapport now than they did in week 1.
Yeah. I mean, looks like Buccaneers have their running back named Bucky Irving, though.
Yeah, I mean, he's been real good, and, Mike Evans is playing. I mean, yeah, the Tampa Bay's offense is really good. It's just more of, I think their coaching sucks because look at the game against the Cowboys. They fucking lost. Then they beat the shit out of the Panthers, but the Panthers are terrible.
Speaking of running backs, you want to talk about who the Chargers signed, by the way?
Oh my God, the Chargers are fucking retarded. Signed Ezekiel Elliott's bum ass to the practice squad, not the active roster. But Chargers, if you want to win this game against the Texans and then probably win against the Chiefs next week, yeah, you have Ezekiel Elliott just hand out water. Because even on the goal line, you can't trust that fat motherfucker.
I thought it was funny when you sent that.
Dude, I was shocked anyone signed him. Like, I really think I didn't think anyone would sign him, and the fact that the Chargers did it, Jim Harbaugh, who I think is a pretty smart guy, him doing that, I was just like, what the fuck? Yeah, dude. What? So yeah, we both picked Tampa Bay. Eagles versus Packers. Go Pack, go! Jalen Hurts is still in concussion protocol, which makes me think he might be confused that the Packers green jerseys are the Eagles green jerseys, and he'll throw a few interceptions to the Packers. Just contain Saquon Barkley and let Jalen Hurts do the rest for you, Packers. Ride through Josh Jacobs. Tell Jordan Love that if he throws any bad passes, you will murder his family, and you guys will win this game.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Fuck you. No. I am a firm member of the Grossi Posse this week. I am rooting for the Packers like I work at Amazon.
Big cheese and all?
Yep. I am a fudge packer this week. But yeah, and then the Packers will get their fucking shit pushed in by the Lions if they win.
For real.
But then again, it's hard to beat the same team 3 times in one season. That's why I bet you Texas is happy fucking Georgia got eliminated. Even though I don't know shit about college football. So we don't really got to talk about that. What the finals is Ohio State versus Texas, which is basically the fucking national championship. Because I don't give a fuck who wins Penn State and Notre Dame. They'll get their fucking shit pushed in by either Texas or Ohio State.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even know much about college football, but I know enough to know that Texas and Ohio State is the real national championship. So let's talk about Skip Bayless. So if you guys don't know who Skip Bayless is, he is a master troll, like God-level troll. And he used to work for ESPN a long time ago. He was paired up with Stephen A. Smith. And then he left in 2016 to launch Undisputed and FS1. With FS1, you know, like that's kind of when Fox Sports first started, was like 2016, and they launched with Undisputed, that show with Nick Wright and Chris Carter and Colin Cowherd's show.
Yeah.
And then it was earlier this year that Skip had left FS1. He basically got fired because once Shannon Sharp left Undisputed, the ratings tanked for that show, and the format was fucking stupid. When they replaced Shannon Sharp, they had Richard Sherman and Michael Irvin and Keyshawn Johnson, Skip Bayless, all 4 of them debating, and it just didn't work, especially when you have guys like Keyshawn Johnson and Richard Sherman who are just, to me, not that entertaining. Michael Irvin's funny as fuck, but the rest of them I could not give a fuck less about. And then Skip Bayless was like the moderator, and it just didn't work.
Yeah.
So on Sunday, in the midst of all the NFL games going on, which this should tell you how big of a story this was. Well, one, a lot of the NFL games on Sunday didn't mean shit. That's why we're not recapping hardly any of them. This story was all over Twitter, and it was a former hairdresser for FS1 in a lawsuit against that named FS1, Skip Bayless, and Joy Taylor as defendants. In this lawsuit, she said that Skip Bayless made repeated unwanted sexual advances towards her and offered her $1.5 million to have sex with them. Now, before we get into anything else, yes, I would take that offer.
Yeah, I would too.
Yep. I mean, hell, there's a lot I could do with $1.5 million. So the lawsuit filed by the former hairdresser. Her name is Nashin Faraji. She is the one that is alleging this. She also said in her lawsuit that Joy Taylor, who used to be like a co-host, or she was the moderator on Undisputed, and then she moved over to Colin Cowherd's show, and then she was on with Emmanuel show and LaShawn McCoy, and I never watched that show because I fucking hate LaShawn McCoy. Like, he is up there with Aaron Rodgers and Zach Bryan as people I fucking hate the most. LaShawn McCoy is borderline fucking retarded. Like, he's the worst analyst in sports. But the defendant, she said in August of 2016, she attended a dinner with Joy Taylor and her husband and FS1 president. His last name is Dixon. I can't see his first name. Charlie Dixon. During the dinner, Miss Taylor's husband became suspicious that Taylor and Dixon were having a sexual relationship. Soon after the dinner, Taylor's husband found evidence of the inappropriate relationship and divorced Joy Taylor. Fox Sports issued a statement on Sunday night stating, "We take these allegations seriously and have no further comment at the time, blah, blah, blah," all that corporate speak. And while all this is going on, one of the people that Joy Taylor is alleged to have, done the nasty with is Emmanuel Acho, and they host a show together, and they were still hosting that show together on Monday.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, so I'm trying to find like more details. There's so many fucking articles about this damn thing.
Damn.
But basically,
that deep.
Yeah, so basically the lawsuits allege that Taylor had slept with Dixon to get on FS1, and then Dixon had talked to Skip Bayless to get Joy Taylor on Undisputed, and even offered for Joy Taylor to sleep with Skip Bayless, but apparently she is not Skip Bayless's type. So he did not. Apparently, he did not. He
did not have sexual relationships with that woman.
Yeah, he did not. And instead, he did it. He had her on the show as a favor to Dixon because they're friends.
Yeah. And
then apparently she slept with Emmanuel Acho to get on his show because she was on Colin Cowherd's show, and apparently she did not fuck Colin Cowherd because he is not listed in this lawsuit at all. So yeah, dude, it's a shit show over at FS1. There's an orgy going on in the office, I guess, and this is Skip Bayless's reaction to it all.
It's my turn. It is. You told me it was my turn.
You can talk all that you want to, yell and scream.
That clip will never get old, and now it's going to live on forever. Man, so what's your opinion on all this?
What in the actual fuck? Like, so basically, she did all this sleeping around just to get like better deals.
Yeah, just to get on TV shows, like all the shows on Fox.
And she turned down the fucking hush money.
The Joy Taylor's not the one suing Skip Bayless. It's a hairdresser and that used to work for FS1. And in this lawsuit, she alleges that Joy Taylor had slept her way to the top and tried to encourage the hairdresser to do the same.
Oh, okay, I got you now. I wonder, you think fucking Skip Bayless is a cuck?
I don't know, like,
he seems that type of guy.
His wife seems like a really nice lady, so I don't know if they're like that. But I've also listened, because they have a podcast together now, and I've heard her do interviews before, and she talks about like some of the athletes, like because she'll watch some of the games with Skip, and like the athletes she gets invested in are like the ones that she's like, oh, he's cute, stuff like that, and mainly basketball players, because she says like with basketball I can actually see their faces and see what they look like, and it's more of a connection compared to like football where they're wearing helmets and stuff like that. But yeah, like it's funny because like how Skip Bayless hates LeBron, and she goes, "I like LeBron. He's a good-looking guy," and stuff like that. So I don't know. Would Skip Bayless watch his wife fuck LeBron James? I doubt it, but he would.
That's why you think he hates LeBron so much.
No, because he's been shitting on LeBron ever since before they got together.
Yeah, true.
But no, but if it was Michael Jeffrey Jordan, he would be all about it. Or Tim Tebow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But Skip Bayless, he's acting like nothing's going on. Like, he posted his podcast today and didn't address the issue at all. And then he uploaded a talking about Jerry Jones appearing on Landman. So he's just active on Twitter talking like nothing's happening, like that he's not in a lawsuit for sexual harassment and stuff like that. Like he's just appearing like business is normal, and then you look at the comments, Skip trying to act like nothing's going on, it's crazy work. 1.5 million would have been some insane post-nut regret had that deal gone through. Like the comments are just fucking hilarious. Ernestine at home crying. Skip is talking about the Cowboys. Like, just go through and listen to or look at the comments. Skip Diddy. Now the real interesting thing is going to be if him and his wife's show is uploaded tomorrow, because let's see, they upload it. When did they upload this damn show? Because they upload the whole show and then they upload like clips from it. So let's see, last episode was like 2 weeks ago. Have they posted one since then? Yep, they posted one on 5 days ago. So if there is not a new episode from them on Wednesday, she left his ass.
Yep.
So I'm going to be glued to Skip Bayless's YouTube channel on Wednesday, which is tomorrow. I thought today was Monday. So Thursday. If there's no new episode on Thursday, she left him. I don't know how I thought it was Monday, because last night I had the pleasure of watching Monday Night Raw's debut on Netflix. Drew, did you get to watch any of it?
No.
Just have you seen any clips?
The clips you show me.
So, guys, if you haven't checked out my live review on my YouTube channel, it's under the live tab on my channel. It'll be the one at the top. It's titled like WWE RAW Review, and then it has the date. So you guys, it'll be easier to find. So Raw, it was an all right show. I put greatest Raw ever in the title. That was just for the clickbait. And yeah, the show started out. Hey, I gotta do stuff to drive up traffic. But it opened with this video package about the history of wrestling, and it kind of like openly acknowledged that wrestling's fake, which, I mean, everyone knows wrestling's fake. But that's kind of what the opening package was about, how it went from being a corny thing to now being the largest form of entertainment out there. And it was narrated by Triple H. It was a cool video package. The cool thing about it actually was that they had like this giant curtain that was like surrounded the ring, and that's what they played it on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then fireworks went off, the curtain like fell down, and Triple H was standing in the middle of the ring. And if you've heard one Triple H rah-rah speech, you've heard them all. It's just him going, "Are you ready?" And then a bunch of fireworks went off, and then you hear, "If you smell what The Rock is cooking." And it was The Rock basically coming out and giving a quarterly earnings call, basically talking about the deal with Netflix and how it's a great partnership for TKO and Netflix and all that, and how it was the largest gate in WWE history. So it was basically The Rock given like corporate speak.
Yeah.
Then you had Roman Reigns versus Solo Sikoa. Very good match. Kind of took a while to get going, but that just seems to be the case with a lot of Roman Reigns matches. And then it basically, like, the end of it was basically like how the end of WrestleMania was this year. Everybody came out and interfered. Like, you had Tama Tonga, then Jacob Fatu coming out to help Solo, and then Sami Zayn and Jimmy Uso came out to help Roman, and they all fought over the place, and Roman was about to hit the spear, and Kevin Owens comes out of nowhere and hits a stunner on Roman Reigns. Then Cody Rhodes comes out and chases off Kevin Owens. They fight in the crowd. Roman Reigns hits a spear and pins Solo Sikoa. And then The Rock comes out and acknowledges Roman Reigns, which you should acknowledge your tribal chief. It was a good match. It was weird. Like, when The Rock came out, I was certain he was going to, like, hit a rock bottom on Roman Reigns as soon as he put the Ulafala around his neck. But no, The Rock, he didn't do anything. Like, The Rock was like full babyface mode last night. And the thing I wish The Rock would have done actually was just, like, before he cut his promo, given all the corporate speak, if he just would have went out and said, hey, this is the part of the show that's real. I'm not in character, you know, and just, I'm talking as a member of the board.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, he didn't do shit to Roman Reigns, which makes me think The Rock's not wrestling at WrestleMania. Speaking of Roman Reigns, this motherfucker posted a thirst trap on Twitter after this match. Like, if you look at the replies, which I'm not, because there's definitely women that sent pictures to Roman Reigns of their tits after he posted this photo. I was like, this motherfucker knows what he's doing, this handsome son of a bitch.
One day, Cody, that'll be us.
Yeah. I just gotta stop eating so fucking much. But yeah, dude. Then you had Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. A really good match. They have good chemistry. I know the match where Dominic was hanging above the shark cage kind of sucked, but that was just more of how that match was booked. But the match they had at SummerSlam was fucking excellent, dude. And this match was really good too. And Rhea Ripley is your new WWE Women's World Champion. And The Undertaker came out afterwards and celebrated with her.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that was a pretty cool moment. And then you saw a picture of Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley after the show. It's like, cool, she got to hang out with the bisexual Undertaker and the real Undertaker in one night. But yeah, this is the photo right here, which is going to be used in. That's you see that comment right there? That's got to be a wild threesome. Because it's these two photos right. Oh
my god.
Oh. I didn't even read that before I clicked on that tweet, and I just saw threesome. I'm like, oh, that catch my eyes. Shit, that was funny. Yeah, Rhea Ripley is your new Women's World Champion. Liv Morgan, third longest reign in that belt's history. She had the belt for 229 days. Rhea Ripley and Bayley are tied for the longest reign. They both had it at 379 days.
Wow.
Yeah. So Liv Morgan had a good little reign for herself. You had Jey Uso versus Drew McIntyre. That match, it didn't suck. It was just, of all the shit on the show, it just felt insignificant. And then
like Drew McIntyre's like matches here lately.
What?
Drew McIntyre's matches here lately has been kind of insignificant.
I mean, coming off the Punk feud, yeah, but he's still like he's having good. Like the match wasn't bad. It was just he couldn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling here in a couple weeks he'll probably be facing John Cena, and then hopefully he'll have something big planned at WrestleMania.
I want to see him and Gunther fucking feed.
Well, they faced each other before, him and Gunther.
Oh, I want it again. I feel like that could feed families.
I skipped over John Cena's promo. John Cena's the first man to declare for the Royal Rumble. If you ask me, I think he's winning it, and I think he's going to face Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania.
You think so?
Yeah. This one podcast I listened to said it should be John Cena and Gunther, which, not saying I wouldn't want to see that match, but you got this generation's John Cena versus the actual John Cena.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think the biggest marquee match they can do is Cody Rhodes versus John Cena, and then that can main event night too. And speaking of CM Punk, he faced Seth Rollins in the main event. Excellent match. It's going to be the first of many matches between these two. Seth Rollins, I said it in my my top 10 wrestlers video a couple weeks ago. Seth Rollins, he has all these names: the Visionary, the Revolutionary, the Messiah, the Architect. His name should be the fucking Mailman, because he always delivers. Seth Rollins always puts on great matches, dude, and the match he had with CM Punk last night was excellent. But anyway, the opening segment just felt insignificant because it was The Rock giving a bunch of corporate speak, and then you had the opening match that was good, and then the other thing was they kept cutting to celebrities in the crowd and legends. They did that 4 different times, and I guess the thing is, they're on Netflix, so they can go as long as they want to,
Yeah.
But it was just dude, I don't give a fuck about this. And then you had Hulk Hogan come out and cut a promo, and all it was to plug his beer, and he got the fuck booed out of him. Which
deserved.
Yeah, so whose fucking bright idea was it to have the very Republican Hulk Hogan come out in very liberal LA? I'm not saying that's the reason he got booed, because, The Undertaker came out, and The Undertaker's very hard right too, everyone hates Hulk Hogan because he's a liar and a fucking racist. But, I mean, if you're going to have Hulk Hogan come out, have him come out in, fucking Alabama or some shit.
Dude, for real.
Yeah, if
I
you
wonder
want
how that works in Netflix. There's no commercial breaks in Netflix.
there was commercials last night.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, they had commercials during the NFL games a couple weeks ago when they had that Chris Rock live special that they aired. That was it had commercials.
Well, yeah, that just shows you how much I really watch Netflix.
Yeah, you ain't Netflix and chilling.
I fucking wish.
Just come over, Pookie. But the thing was, when I went back and watched Raw this morning, because I wanted to see how it looked when I rewatched it, the commercials were still in there. You could fast forward through them, but they were still in there. Because when I looked, it said the runtime was 3 hours and 5 minutes, and I was like, so the commercials are still in here? And so I watched, I rewatched Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley, and then the commercials were still there. But I mean, the cool thing, I guess, is if you can fast forward through them. And the thing with Raw now is it's not going to air at 7 every week. If they have a show that's over in the UK, they're going to air it at UK time. So it'll be on at 12 o'clock here or some shit. They're no longer going to pre-tape Raw and have it air later. It's just going to air in the middle of the day on Monday, and you can go back and watch on Netflix later. That's going to be interesting to see what the ratings are when they do that. I know Netflix doesn't do ratings, but they can tell how many people watch stuff, because I mean, they said over 60 million people watched that Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight.
I mean, they barely did, because that shit was fucking laggy as hell.
That was the other thing. No lagging on Netflix, no buffering. There was a time right when the main event started that it got kind of pixelated, but then it cleared out pretty fast.
So it looks like they learned from their mistakes.
I think it's more just not that many people are going to watch Raw compared to a big boxing fight in an NFL game,
Yeah, true.
Like, I bet you Raw probably did like 3 or 4 million viewers. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if they did like a pretty good number, especially with people. That's the other thing. People were able to watch worldwide. You know, it's not just in the United States. So I bet you Raw did a pretty good number.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, we'll see if it comes out or not. Yeah, because I don't see it on any of the websites. I'll keep my eyes glued on Fightful because I imagine they'll report it, either them or Wrestling Inc. But yeah, I mean, WWE, they had a good debut on Netflix. This week's next week's show looks like it's going to be pretty good too. You have bisexual Undertaker taking on Finn Balor in a street fight. That's going to be a good ass match. Because I mean, that's the thing. They have commercials, but it's not nearly as many commercials as they had on USA Network.
Okay.
Yeah, so that match is going to be fucking good. Then you got Dakota Kai versus Lyra Valkyria in the tournament finals for the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship to crown the inaugural champion. And oh my god, dude, Lyra Valkyria last night, fuck, she was looking good. Like, she's fucking hot, like, no matter what, but like, this was her last night. Like, she was looking
Damn.
yeah. Oh, Bobby. Like, I mean, and then she's going against Dakota Kai, who's pretty hot herself. So, yeah, I'm very much looking forward to that match. They both can wrestle, so that's going to be a good ass match. They also have Penta making his debut in WWE. If you don't know who Penta is, just look him up on YouTube. Look up his TNA run. He can fucking work. Next,
Like Penta's penis in your mouth.
motherfucker, I'm trying to make a point. Now you fucking derailed it. Look, motherfucker. Look up Lucha Bros versus the Young Bucks. It's the only time I'll ever recommend a Young Bucks match because I fucking hate them too. But look it up. It's a good ass match. All right, motherfucker. Let's talk about your head coach getting fired. Oh, fuck.
So yeah, Antonio Pierce got fired.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. I knew it was going to happen. To be honest, I thought they were going to wait to mid next season to fire him, but better now than later.
Yeah.
So yeah, they fired Antonio Pierce for super lackluster of a year because, to be honest, we should have done way better than fucking 4-13, whatever fucking 4 wins, 3 wins we have. That just shows how much fucking Raiders guys I pinches this year. Because to be real, if we had like a better coaching staff and a better mindset, we could honestly had 9 or 10 wins.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah, we would.
No, you wouldn't. You would have had like 6.
Yeah. Let me be fucking optimistic.
No. What did optimism get you this year?
You're right.
Like, I'm looking at your guys' schedule. Maybe you guys would have beat the Dolphins. And maybe you guys would have beat the Falcons if your guys' offense was better.
Yeah. But the biggest problem with Antonio Pierce, like, when we lose and we lose bad, he just kind of like hides and like, yeah, we could have done better.
He was dog shit with the media.
Yeah, he was dog shit in the media. Like, who's going to fucking respect our team after that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you lose the fucking locker room like that too. And that's the thing. Like, he had the locker room last year, but I feel like he had it because he wasn't fucking Josh McDaniels. And then, it was basically he wore out his welcome. I think Antonio Pierce could be a good head coach in the future. I said that in my short earlier today that I made about it. I think he could be a head coach in the future, but he's got to get some more experience, like as a coordinator or some shit. Because he was like, what, your guys' linebacker coach or something?
Yeah, he was our linebacker coach.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, he'd be a good coordinator or go to college, be a head coach in college. Learn to be a head coach. But for the NFL, he needs a lot more experience.
He can't go to college. Actually, he's suspended from the NCAA until 2032
Oh shit!
because he was the subject of an investigation at Arizona State University and apparently had some recruiting violations, like tampering with commits and stuff like that, and stuff with the transfer portal. And yeah, he cannot be hired by an NCAA school till 2032.
Well, he better hope that the team wants to take him as a coordinator.
Yeah, he did work as a defensive coordinator at Arizona State. He was a co-defensive coordinator under or with Marvin Lewis.
And also, Patrick Graham's getting interviewed at Cincinnati Bengals as for their defensive coordinator spot.
Yeah, he'd be an interesting one for the Bengals because I mean, God, their defense was awful.
He's a good coordinator. We just fucking sucked at offense, and he couldn't really nothing to do.
Yeah, and he had injuries on the defensive side too. Like Max Crosby missed like the last couple games, right?
Yeah. So I don't blame Graham at all. I think he's a really good coordinator.
So you guys have what, the 8th pick in the draft?
I believe so. It's either 8th or 6th.
So the Titans have the number 1 pick. I think they are going to take Cam Ward.
Yeah.
And then I think Shedeur Sanders is going number 3 to the Giants. You guys are picking 6th. Which is good because you guys are ahead of the Jets. Because the Jets probably are in the quarterback market too. I mean, I could see the Jets trying to trade up with the Browns maybe. Or maybe you guys try to trade up with the Browns and jump ahead of the Giants to take Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah, but we don't have a history of trading up shit.
I mean, Mark Davis, when he gets desperate, he gets fucking retarded. But yeah, you guys are picking 6th, and then the Cowboys are picking 12th. So that's going to be nice for our draft stream this year. Hopefully I'll have better internet by then. But all our favorite teams are going to be picking early because you guys pick at 6th, I pick at 12th. It's not like last year where you guys picked in the middle of the first round and then I picked towards the end. Like I said, we're going to try to have Tay on here. You know, he's a Bills fan. They'll probably be picking towards the bottom of the first round, but at least we'll have more time to talk about our team's picks and shit like that.
Yeah.
But watch them both fucking trade down. You know, it would not shock me because I think the Cowboys are going to draft Ashton Genty, but it would not shock me if the fucking 49ers took him ahead of us. I know they have McCaffrey, but McCaffrey's getting old and all that shit.
I think McCaffrey's done.
I think he'll play one more year.
You think so?
Yeah. I think he'll play one more year.
I think he's done. I think Nick Chubbs is done.
Yeah, Nick Chubb will still keep playing, but he's washed. Like, he ain't going to have another good year. Plus, I mean, the Browns just fucking suck. But yeah, I think Christian McCaffrey, because next year he'll be 29. That's right before the running backs fall off. So yeah, I think Christian McCaffrey will play one more year.
Well, besides Antonio Pierce getting fired, also Doug Peterson got fired.
Yep, he deserved it. He was dog shit in Jacksonville. He fucking sucked. He is a fucking, like, I know he won a Super Bowl, but I more think that's because of the Eagles just having a lot of talent in the front office, you know, having a good eye for talent. And, like, you know, Chip Kelly, he drafted some good players. It was just more that Chip Kelly was a fucking asshole. And that's kind of why the Eagles sucked. They gave up on him. So Doug Peterson, I think, inherited a pretty good situation and then got extremely lucky that his backup quarterback went fucking God mode.
Nick Big Dick Foles.
Yep. So, yeah, I think Doug Peterson's a fucking douche. And kind of glad he got fired. Who else got fired?
Gerard Mayo.
Oh yeah, Mike Vrabel is going to be the next head coach of the Patriots. He would have been the head coach last year if it wasn't worked into Bill Belichick's contract that when Bill Belichick left the Patriots, Gerard Mayo would become head coach. That was in Belichick's contract.
You know, Antonio Pierce had a bad season, but it was not as bad as fucking Gerard Mayo's.
Yeah, Gerard Mayo's he's another one. He's just not ready. Because he was another one that I don't think has ever been a coordinator.
Was he a position coach as well?
I think he was a linebackers coach.
Jesus.
Yeah, he was their inside linebackers coach.
Yeah, whenever Raiders hire a new head coach, it better be a fucking offensive coach. I am tired of a defensive coach.
Defensive coaches just don't fucking win. Like, I was researching this earlier. Other than Bill Belichick, like, name me the last defensive coach to win a Super Bowl. Like, the closest I could find was Dan Quinn, but he didn't win a Super Bowl as a head coach. You know, he fucking blew one. You know, the 28-3.
Yeah.
And then, like, you're looking at all the, other than Bill Belichick, a defensive coach has not won a Super Bowl in a long fucking time. Like, the last one, I'm going back to 2011. The last one is Mike Tomlin. The last defensive coach other than Bill Belichick to win a Super Bowl was Mike Tomlin, and that was in 2009. Just don't fucking hire defensive coaches, dude, as your head coach. Hopefully you guys get Ben Johnson, but I want that motherfucker too, so fuck off.
No, he's going to be mine.
He's mine. You don't think Jerry...
You can't resist Las Vegas, baby.
Yeah, you can when you look at your owner's haircut.
Come on. That nice new tight end. That's somewhat okay-ish offensive line that still needs to improve. I mean, up and coming in wide receiver room. We just need a quarterback and a fucking running back.
Would you rather have this or this?
God, they both look like they belong in a registry.
This or this? God, what the fuck is up
fucking
with
dumb and dumber over here.
All I'm saying, Ben Johnson, you're already on a team that wears blue. You look good in blue. You know what?
No, you look good in black.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah, he would.
No, you wouldn't.
It's also an indoor stadium. Oh, well, what ballpark?
Yeah. Hey, hey, Ben Johnson, Skip Bayless will pay a girl $1.5 million to have sex with you to come to the Cowboys because he wants a Cowboys Super Bowl too.
Mark Davis has a smoke hot girlfriend.
Hey, you've seen Joy Taylor, right?
Yeah.
I mean, come on. You would. I would. I'd do it for free.
Y'all getting paid?
Oh, man. What a week. What a fucking week, dude. And like I said, I mean, we talked about the crazy ass shit that started off the year. I think this year is going to be crazy, dude. I mean, the last year that rolled off the tongue easily was 2020, and look how that fucking turned out. Now you got 2025. That rolls off the tongue pretty easy. What the fuck's going to happen, dude? Do we have COVID-2 Electric Boogaloo?
Please. No, not again.
I wouldn't mind another COVID. It was actually nice to go to a restaurant and no one be there.
I mean, those stimmy checks, though, they were nice.
Come on. Hey, China, let me know what you're cooking up in that lab.
Come on, don't be stingy with the money now.
Yeah, come on. Just release it. So what? COVID came from bats last time. This podcast is going to get flagged for COVID misinformation. But what? COVID came from bats. What animal is it going to come from this time? Some guy's going to fucking owl and
something like that.
Oh, dude, a Komodo. Good luck trying to get your hands on one. Those things can fucking kill you in an instant. I mean, their tails are strong enough to break your legs. And then, like, if they bite you, their venom is so strong it can kill you in 30 minutes.
They just like me for real.
Shut up.
My dick gets hard enough to break someone's leg.
God damn it, dude.
I bite like a rabid dog.
Dude, I remember seeing a video on TikTok of a Komodo dragon like eating a monkey. Oh my god, it was fucking terrifying. Komodo dragons might be the scariest thing on this fucking earth because like they can move really fast too. Like, have you ever seen like how fast they can move?
Yeah, they move quick.
Yeah, like yeah, they might be the scary, like more than like snakes, bears. Komodo dragons might be the scariest thing on this earth. Thank God they're not in America. Except you have these crazy ass white people. You know, there's some crazy white motherfucker that has a Komodo dragon and it sleeps in his bathtub and shit like that.
It wears like a little maid outfit too.
Yeah, and he lives in Florida. Bet you he lives in fucking Florida.
It's either Florida or fucking Arkansas.
Damn. Yeah. You know what show I miss? You ever watch that show Urban Tarzan?
Yeah.
Dude, that show was fucking nuts. And the animals those people would have. Oh my god, it was fucking crazy. Hey, yeah, dude. What the fuck were we? Oh yeah, COVID too. But I mean, hell, we'll have some real craziness here in 13 days when you know who gets sworn into office. You know, I can't wait for the videos. His first inauguration was fucking hilarious. That video.
Yeah.
I'll get that man, woman, whatever they were, get them at this inauguration. Because God, I want to see someone lose their mind again like that. Because God, it was fucking hilarious. I mean, I don't give a fuck who's in office, really. Like I said, the president really doesn't affect my life. But it's funny just watching the reaction. All right. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week for the divisional round. It's going to be weird predicting like 4 games next week when we just came off a grind where we were picking 16 games a week. Hell, your dogs are ready to end the show. So, all right, guys. We'll see you next week. I'm going to try to make a video reacting to my NFL division predictions and roasting my takes. I got to take the role that Skip Bayless is dropping now. I got to be the new Skip Bayless. I'm going to be Rip Bayless. Or Drip Bayless. All right, see ya.